Yo, Vemtaz here again, and this is my third attempt at trying to make a Civ 6 video while I'm walking on my treadmill, because this is how I normally play. Well, I'll get this going while I'm talking about this. We're going to create a new game, and standard rules, we're going to put up to King this time. I believe we did Prince in the China video. I always change the speed to online, it's the faster way. We're going to put on island plates also. This is a good way to be able to explain what I'm doing before getting jumped by 2 or 3 civs. I'm going to make the map tiny. Go to advanced settings. I'm going to let it do random leader again. Hopefully this time it picks me somebody who's more towards religion or science or something that I can do a different victory condition. The last couple times, the first one I tried was Norway, who's more like a domination one. And then I had the Aztecs, who's another domination one. So I always turn off the score victory because I don't want it to end just because some arbitrary score comes up after a set amount of turns. And I always change, limit turns by no turn limit. So now it won't stop the game just because it gets some number, 50 turns or whatever it's set at by default. And then from there, we're just going to start the game. Well, like I was saying, when I normally play this game, I multitask. I have the treadmill going, I'm walking on the treadmill, I usually go till it stops, which is 100 minutes. Some days I do it once, twice, 3 times. I'd say on average twice a day I do 100 minutes. Sometimes back to back too. The other thing, I have other games sitting here that I play at the same time. I can't do one thing, I have to have multiple things going. So I stay very busy. So the China one I made, if you didn't watch it, that was all on my main computer. And I'm sitting the whole time just playing, and not that it's bad, I mean it's probably better. The computer's obviously better than this one. But I feel like I'm wasting because I'm just sitting there the whole time when I could be exercising. Then later in the day I get on the treadmill and exercise anyway and just like browse YouTube videos or that kind of stuff instead of playing Civ 6 because I just did it on the computer. I don't want to overdo it. So my hope is I have the new camera that I got and I've been using it for my last few videos, and I have a lapel mic now so that you should be able to hear me better, hopefully. And look, it's the Aztecs again. Interesting. That's what it was last time. So interesting, but they're more of a domination victory. But again, the last game that you guys didn't get to see, I was kind of going towards religion because of where I was and such like that. But just like with any Civ, you kind of want to go for luxury resources anyway. But for them, it makes a big deal because you get your military does more strength depending on how many different luxury resources you're improved in your lands. The Eagle Warrior is a very good unit to start off. Like if you want to fight a neighbor, try to take out a city-state or another Civ and you're close to your territory, they're a good early game unit that's very strong. They can attack. When they kill somebody, they can turn them into like a builder. So it's kind of like being able to capture a unit, but they turn them into a builder, I guess. This here, the Legend of the Five Sons. They can spend their builder charges to complete 20% of the original district cost. So if you're building your holy district, your financial district, your military district, things like those can be used to quickly boost those up, which is good, which is a nice bonus. And then this building here, I think it replaces the arena, if I remember from last game. And it has like +2 faith also, so it's kind of nice. But yeah, when you play against Montezuma, anytime you get a luxury resource, almost instantly he'll like send you a threat, like saying, "Do you want to see your people turn to slaves?" Because he basically wants you to trade it to him. And then if you trade it to him, maybe the other civs will say stuff to you like, "Oh, I see you're cowering to," so you can't win. You do some things to make some happy, and it makes the others unhappy. Okay, this looks like it's going to be a pretty good island to start here. I got 2 luxury resources. The last map was much better. I had like 4, but either way, we'll get the game started here. And we're going to run him exploring. And what do we just do? Okay, I guess we got a bonus there. And what that was for foreign trade. So we discovered a second continent. I don't see the second continent, but okay, if it says so. But we're going to get working here. And first thing I like to do, just like in the last game if you didn't see it, I make a slinger, and I try to get them out to find some barbarians to kill so we can get the improvement to the boost to the archery skill. And you can see right here, this requires irrigation. So we have some mining we need to do, And then we're going to need some irrigation here. So first thing we're going to do is mining. Mining will allow us to chop down trees like regular forest, which boosts production. And we're going to get this mine here done. And then after that, we can move on to these irrigation skills or technologies. So, but yeah, like I explained in the last video, which I mean you're not going to see because it didn't work too well. Basically, when you're playing Civ 6, and this is on a laptop, my other computer is a desktop. It runs fine on there, it doesn't get hot, but on the laptops they seem to run very hot. Civ 5 was that way too. So this computer, I have it propped up on a little like things where air can get underneath the computer. I have a fan underneath there, and then I also have a bigger fan blowing at the part of the computer that the graphics card must be that gets hot. So the first video I did, like I said, it was going good, but the computer got really hot, and I think it started screwing up the video, making it lag. The camera, I had it on autofocus, which I think that was making it lag, 'cause obviously I'm moving, so I'm on a treadmill. So now I have it set for focus. I'm testing out some settings, trying to perfect this to see if I can be able to do my Civ 6 videos on the treadmill. And we discovered a city-state here. If we discover 2 more of those, that gives us another boost to one of these Coda wall thingies, these culture things. So yeah, with these guys, I kind of just like to go out, explore, find out which, start plotting out my next. Well, there's another city-state, so there's 2. So if we find a third, already we got that boost to one of the civics in the future. These Eagle Warriors are very nice. I mean, they're a very nice starting unit, but I'm going to try not to play so aggressive this time. I'm going to try to go for a different victory condition besides domination. And we got mining completed now, so we can see that that's a dead end that way, so we're going to send him that way. We're going to move this way just to see if this continues on or if the island ends here. It looks like it carries on a little longer. So our next research we're going to do is, and I'll show you on the tree, we want to get to irrigation so we can harvest those oranges. To get to there, we have to do pottery first. So we're going to do pottery and then probably irrigation, because we have to farm a resource to get to the bonus for irrigation. So now we got those guys done, we're going to build a builder. Now, it would be smart maybe to make another slinger to send them together, but I want to get this, city growing. And probably during that time, I'll have, if I get 65 gold to buy a slinger, I'll be able to buy a second slinger, is what I'm going to try to hopefully do. But the builder will help our civilization start growing, our city start growing, which is important. You can't neglect your city too long or you'll be way behind the other civs. So yeah, that's why I have probably over 1,200 hours now experience with Civ 6, because I always do this every day on the treadmill, and why not play a game that you like while you're getting in your forced exercise. So yeah, but the last game, it was a really big island I was on. This one doesn't seem to be as big. Depending on where these lead to, they could open up to a larger island. I was right on the shore, so I had boats going early exploring, but now we discovered a tribal village. And we'll send him up this way. It's the end of that part. And there's the tribal village there, so definitely send him there right away to get it. And that can give you gold, it can give you a boost to technology, it can give you a builder, it can give you a scout, and many things can come from those. So I'll play this for about probably like 45 minutes and then stop the recording and see how it is before I get too far ahead of myself here. And you can see the Granada, they're giving us a quest they want our Eureka for astrology. Okay, so now we finished our first one of these civics, and I'll show you what we usually put them in. The first thing I always do, unless you're playing with no barbarians of course, is the bonus versus barbarians, because you will fight them, you will have to clear your island of them, and while you're doing that you want to have that on there, especially on the harder difficulties, because they will do a lot of damage to you. They're not a pushover like in some of the other Civ games. They're actually just as tough as the opponents. Confirm our policies. And we'll have him keep exploring this way. And for him, the first thing we're going to do is, even though we want that mining, we're going to come here and farm this, because that's going to give us a boost to the next technology that we're going to do. And you'll see it right here. Farm a resource gives us, boom, a Eureka for irrigation, which the irrigation we need to farm these oranges. So we're going to choose a civic, and because we got that early one about with the continent, I usually do this one, but again, improve 3 tiles. That's 1, that's 2, we'll probably make a 3rd one, and that'll give us a bonus towards craftsmanship. Right now we have the 1 for foreign trade done, so it doesn't make sense to ignore that one. We can't make it go any faster than that. And the next production we're going to do, we still don't have enough to buy a slinger. We don't really have chosen our next city-state either, or it's our next spot to make a city, I mean. So let's do a slinger. It only costs 2, which is pretty quick, and we can send him out with the other slinger to help them stay alive together. I'm pretty confident the Eagle Warrior will stay alive because he's a tougher unit, but the slingers are really weak until they're an archer. So we'll move on from there. And now we have enough gold to buy this slinger, even though we're making it now. But we'll save that gold, and we'll be able to use that to buy a trader, or when we make our next settler, we can use that to buy a builder instantly wherever we make our next city, which will help that city get growing. I always try to save the money as long as you can, and use it for emergencies, like if somebody declares war on you, then I'll use that to quickly buy an archer or something to fend off the attack. So now that our pottery's done, we're going to choose irrigation. And that's where Civ 5 and 6 differ a lot. These quests are pretty nice. It gives you little things to work on. Instead of just boringly going down the line towards one that you want, you can actually speed them up by being, attentive. And like you see with the city-states, they also give you quests. He wants me to do an inspiration for military tradition, and this one wants me to do one for astrology. So now that we got him done, we're going to come here. And remember that the other one here requires improving 3 tiles. So that's considered an improvement. This is considered an improvement. And then for the 3rd one, we're going to make a farm here, and that is also an improvement. And because we just mined something, that gives us a Eureka towards masonry. So he's going to keep exploring this way, and the slinger will send him that way eventually too. This could be a dead end. This could lead into a bigger open continent. Who knows? You got to kind of just explore. And on the tougher difficulties, you usually want to send out your guys in pairs of 2s, because when you do run into an encampment, there'll be at least one unit there, and then there could be a second one that just spawned, or while you're fighting, a second unit could spawn, and you really run the risk of losing that unit. So you want to be more prepared. But what I usually do is if I see one, I'll kind of wait till my second unit gets there or back him off, and maybe try to lure one back and kill him one by one. But right now we also have that bonus towards fighting against barbarians, which will help. But if you don't have that up there, it's a really tough battle. It's not like the other game where it's a squishy barbarian, something you don't really worry about, and here they will kill you. So you got to be a little more prepared. So now we're going to move him here, and we're going to make a farm. And that should give us the boost towards the next. Yep, see, there we go. Towards craftsmanship. So once this one's done, we'll move to craftsmanship. And that's how you can get your Civ moving along faster, by doing those little quests. If not, it would have taken like 10 or 11 turns to research it. Instead, it took like 6. So, we're going to see what we're going to produce here next. And we still really don't have a next city picked out. Settler takes 6 turns. We're going to make another builder because we need to harvest these trees here. We're going to need to harvest these. And hopefully by then we'll be able to make, let's see, we'll do a builder. And this guy here, we'll keep exploring with him. If this ends up being a dead end, then I don't need to send him this way, so we'll start sending him. Actually, let's look up here. Can we get past them? Can I go there? Yeah, we'll start exploring up here because we don't know how much further this goes. This could be the end of the island, or it could lead into a really great spot with great luxury resources. So until we go there to look, we really don't know. And because our city isn't by the shore, we can't make boats or anything yet to go start exploring. So we kind of have to do it by land at this point, unless we make our next city on the shore and then make some boats or buy some boats. So, ooh, good movement here. And here we see it's a pretty decent spot because there's whales, which is a good luxury resource. And this is continuing on. So, you know, it looked like it could have been a dead end here, but this is leading into a bigger peninsula here on this island. So we probably will have to make another warrior or something at some point to send down there with him, because he will, especially as a slinger, if he runs into a spearman or a horseman or that, he's gonna die. So we do have enough money to buy one. Maybe I will buy one now, send it with him so that they have a better chance of killing somebody and getting that boost towards archery. And we'll start sending him up north this way to see how far this opens up. And he will go, like I said, over here. By cutting these trees down, that'll add to production. So maybe now we will make a settler, or start to make a settler, so that we can boost him along by cutting down those trees. So that's going to be 7 turns, but we'll reduce it down probably by 2 or 3 turns by cutting down those trees. Irrigation should be done after that. He'll have 2 more uses, which will be farm those oranges and farm these oranges.
The man who has grit
and there we go. Irrigation is done, which allows us to build the hanging gardens, which is a very nice early wonder to build. It helps you grow in all your cities. And the growth is very important because things like harbors, airports, spaceports, things like that, they require a certain amount of population. So if your population is lagging behind, you have to wait to build it up till you can build these things that are very important. And here with foreign trade, this is a nice one to build ships, but again, we don't have a city by the shore yet, and we're still fighting barbarians. So if you're not, unless you're at the point where you're not going to engage barbarians, you don't want to take that away, because it's very important to surviving, especially in the open ocean. You're going to find a lot of barbarian ships that will team up on you and take you out if you don't have a bonus against them. So we're going to look at the policies anyway, see if there's any to change. And we're not. We're going to leave this one that gives us faith and gold each turn, and the one for barbarians, of course. So we're going to keep moving him this way, try to find that scout, get that kill. But because there's a scout down there, it means there's probably, I think for sure, an encampment. Now we discovered a wonder up here. That'll give us a boost towards, I think, astrology, or one of the religious ones. This is the Tsingy de Bamarha, whatever that's called. If I'm pronouncing it wrong and you know how to say it, you can correct me in the video. 250 square mile tiger trap made up of massive obelisks riddled with jagged spears. And yes, they will cut your pretty face. Okay, so that gave us a eureka towards astrology. Now if you hold the mouse over that, it'll tell you. It's, you know, you can't pass that tile, of course. Provides 1 culture, 1 science for every adjacent tile. So we definitely want to get a city up here to get those benefits at some point, and we'll use him to keep exploring around here to see if there's any other luxury resources nearby besides these whales that maybe we'd move our city more inland. And over here on the right side here, if you haven't seen any of the other videos before, these are little like information bits that come up from different things you do throughout the game, and if you let these collect too much, you won't be able to zoom in and out with your mouse. So okay, it's telling us we discovered it. You right click on them, they go away. It's telling us because we discovered that, it gave us an envoy to that city state, which an envoy is like a trade route that builds up faction between the two, makes them like you more. And this tells us we got a boost for astrology. This tells us there's a friendly tribe we discovered, which is down here. So we don't need to see that anymore. This tells us that we can now make a trade route. So before we could make no trade routes, now we could make one to a city state or to our own civ if we make another city. And this tells us that we need more things to keep our people happy, which very shortly he'll be over here making these luxury resources part of the thing our people can use. So we'll go back onto research, and we haven't met a city state yet. We haven't built anything by the water. We have built a quarry. This will allow us to build pyramids, battering rams, allow us to harvest stone. But we're going to do the ones right here that either take nothing, or I think we'll do this one actually. Because if we do want to go the religious route, that'll allow us to build Stonehenge, which I don't recommend, because almost every game, especially the higher difficulties, the computer, one of the AIs will make Stonehenge like almost instantly. It feels like maybe 20 turns in, it's done. So if you start building that, it's going to frustrate you because they'll build it right before you do. We'll move this guy to the trees to cut these down, speed up this settler, and go on to the next turn. And we have enough money, we could probably buy another slinger to send down there, but right now he can't continue his path because he's blocked. No. We don't want to declare war on them. Okay, there we go. It wouldn't let us in there. So you can see there's trees behind there, so this probably leads out a little bit more. I'm not sure how much further. Maybe it leads into here until we get through with our slinger, or we build a boat to go explore by sea. We can't really tell. So we'll just continue on to the next turn. And they're fighting somebody over here, probably barbarians. Yeah, so I'm assuming that this is going to go out further because they're obviously fighting, looks like a spearman, yeah, barbarian spearman. So we'll try to get our unit in through that area to hopefully get the promotion for archers, or just to see what's over there and keep exploring. Alright, so now we're going to take him around there to explore what other sources we have here. I don't think we can bring him through here yet. We'll take him up this way because this is completely blocked right now. Maybe we can sneak around depending on how big this landmass is. So now 2 turns for our settler. Let's see, this might complete him. No, it just took off 1 turn. So now we got him against this scout. We're not going to kill him in one shot. It's going to take 2 or 3, and they move a lot better than we do, so they can kind of run away. We have to either corner him or get him to be aggressive and attack us. So move on to the next turn. And one of the other things, we could spend this money on a trade route and start sending it to one of the city-states. That would allow us to start building. Like, if it was far away, it'd be worth it. It would help us build a road to them. But if they're really close, it's kind of not worth it. It'll make a little money, but I mean, it's not a bad thing to spend your money on. Okay, so now we're going to send him over to the oranges because we want to get those luxury resources to keep our people happy and to make our guys fight better. So I think we decided, see, I should probably make a city down here first because it's closer, but we want to get this resources up here, so I'm going to send him. It's kind of risky, but we just did clear the way with this Eagle Warrior, so chances are there's not going to be a barbarian encampment that just pops up out of the blue. So it's probably safe to send him there. But yeah, you usually don't want to send out your guys unprotected because they will be captured. There will be a scout, there'll be something that takes them over, and it will tick you off because you have to go capture them back, and it, you know, just slows down all your progress. And they do that to the computer also, especially if you watch my Chinese game. They did that a lot to the enemy, made them much weaker than they should have been. So, let's see. Now we can build. We're going to build another builder. Well, I don't know, I'm thinking here. Could make a trader. We're going to do a builder first, and that'll give our settler a chance to get the city made. After he gets it made, then we can buy a trader or make one and send it to him to make it so we have a quick route between cities. So if we have to get up there to fight or to send builders that we're making from our capital, it'll work better. So we got some salt there too, which is good. So we got at least 2 luxury resources around the next planned city that we planned for our empire. And let's see. He's still trying to get around these guys to go explore. And look at that. So that probably leads around there. Maybe it even connects to over here. I doubt it. But it's opening up to a larger spot than we thought it would be. And we can send him over to get some experience or get that archery promotion, which is the main reason we make a lot of slingers in the beginning, just to save time and research. And they have, you can see here, they have jade, they also have stone, so they have at least one luxury resource we don't have. And it may be profitable for us in the future, if we can't find jade anywhere else, to take them out to get that bonus from that, to keep our people happy and to help our military be stronger. And it looks like another source of whales, so good. There's 3 luxury resources in that area, and that'll make a nice city. And we discovered some chocolate down here. Well, coca, whatever it's called. So, choose our research, and there we go. Because we killed that scout, that gave us our bonus to archery. We're going to send him this way, and looks like we'll have a little bit more combat up here, which is good. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to work on animal husbandry, because that doesn't have any quests that can boost it. So might as well get that one done and out of the way. And on to the next turn. And I'm going to save the money to try to plan and buy a builder as soon as we get that next city set up. Harvest the salt, harvest the whales, although we do need to do sailing before he can go in the water. So that'll be maybe one of the ones we plan to do so that we can actually harvest the whales that are near that city, depending on how close they are to the border. It may be take 20 turns or so till the borders expand to get those. So now we're going to keep it on the barbarians, but we're going to change this to building builders. That way we can work on making builders to send up north to our new city, and we can use them to expand our... I should go this way. We'll just go that way first. They can also cut down these trees over here to get production going faster. So let's see. The next thing we're going to do... did we do this? Did we start a pantheon? I don't believe so. Maybe we did. We'll check here. We'll go to the religion tab. No, we do not have a pantheon yet. And we probably won't, because we just changed that from no more faith per turn, which we should have probably left it there just to get that, but it's not a big deal. So we will pick... We've cleared it out. No, we haven't cleared a barbarian outpost yet, I believe. Either way, that's the shortest one. We'll work on that right now. There we go. Now we have our oranges. That should make our people a little happy. And we gained a recon unit, which is going to be a scout. Yeah. So, for him, we're going to send him this way. Well, yeah, we're going to send him this way. Try to get in here and explore this land while he's up here fighting. And we're going to get this tribal village. And on to the next turn. And they're probably going to come up here and attack this encampment. Ooh, yeah. So at least if we move to here, they're probably stupid enough to just keep attacking us and not surround us. Either way, it's kind of worth it to get him onto here. Could be 50 gold. Hopefully. No, just another Eureka. But it was for sailing, which is one that we wanted to do to be able to harvest these whales up here and this fish here. So let's see. We're going to send this guy here to just explore. Maybe there's something here we did not see yet. Now we're back to our city. We got the other worker. We're going to send him here to harvest that. And currently we're able to build builders. Now, we could do try Stonehenge, but it's going to fail. And I don't want to fail on the video, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to make the trader now, which by the time he gets up there, it should be done. Or close to being done. Actually, it will be done way before he gets there. Let's do something else instead. We'll do that when it's closer to the time of him being there. Let's make another builder that we can send up there with him. Let's see see how many turns this guy. He only has one more build, so we'll send him here to clear this marsh. This guy here, he's gonna, well, see it jumps. See how it jumped to this guy when I was trying to grab a different guy? That will happen to you, and what will happen is while you're trying to move somebody, it'll jump and you'll move somebody the wrong way. It will frustrate you, it will drive you crazy, but it happens all the time. I don't know, understand why when you click on another one, it just doesn't stay on him, it just wants to jump to the next person in the queue or whatever for the game. It's frustrating, and it will screw you up at times, and it will cause you to restart the game at a turn earlier just because it ticks you off. So now we have another source of oranges here, which is good. And we'll move on to the next turn. And right now we can build builders pretty quickly, which is good. So maybe we'll save our money for a settler or trader. And up here you can see there's a source of whales, which isn't bad. The icy, snowy areas in the future part of the game, they can have oil or they can have uranium. So don't discount that there's nothing here to not build something here. Always prepare to make something, especially if it's close to your territory, always prepare to have a city ready to go up there, so especially in case like uranium or niter or some of the other strategic resources end up showing up on the map as you discover them. So now we can do a pasture, a camp, and we're going to send him, let's see, he's got 2 uses. We're just going to work on making our capital better for right now, because we have a surplus right now of builders. And this guy's going to just defend himself. We could start running him away, but I don't know. I just fight to the death. He'll get a promotion. Yeah, see, he got promoted. And this is actually opening up to a bigger area than I thought, too. I thought this would be the end of the island, but it's opening up even more. So now we have our thing for archery. Our slingers are currently really, really far from town, so that's not really going to help them. We can't promote them away from town. So right now we're going to do sailing, because that's going to probably be the most immediate need for the whales up north once we get our city there. And we could actually plan our settler now. We have that exposed. Well, most of it exposed. He still has to go through here to, oh, there, and look, there's a barbarian camp. Like I told you, it would pop up. So now we have to be more careful with him. So we're actually going to use our money here to buy a slinger. I don't think we can. Yeah, we can. Slinger. We're going to buy a slinger, and we're going to move him here, and then do archery, train him, and then have him escort our settler up there. Either that, or we could use this guy to bring him, but the camp's here, and the scout cannot clear the camp. It's not going to happen. And they could already have somebody coming this way to capture him. So we're going to move him back to this spot where we planned to move our slinger and eventual archer. But yeah, the way that the barbarian encampments work, if you don't have a city like close to each other's borders, there's too much space in between, the camps will keep popping up all game. So you kind of want to, even if you don't need a city somewhere to get the barbarians to stop, you may just want to make a city, or use the barbarians to level up your guys. Send a couple archers over there, or a naval unit that can shoot at them like a frigate, and blast them, and get some promotions. So we're going to get this guy going this way. We need to explore there still. Move on to the next turn. But that cut back on the money we have too, so. And it's telling us Granada enforces borders. Is now enforcing their borders. Your units inside their empire have been displaced to a tile just outside their lands. So we can't just walk through their territory anymore. The growing number of citizens in your lands dream of having an empire. So, yeah, they're basically telling me that I should be settling, which we're working on it. So we're going to send this guy over there, and we're going to start sending this builder actually to go up there too. So after sailing's done, we're going to switch to archery. Actually, we're going to switch to archery now, because that's the more important thing. And he is going to kind of just sit here and wait. So we're going to put him to sleep until we can actually move him there. He's going to clear the marsh, which is going to... didn't do much. Usually it makes your population thing go down. And where's the slinger? Oh, he's up north. So now we're going to build... Let's see where Hanging Gardens would be if we built it. I kind of want to build that, but let me see what else we might have more immediate needs. Stonehenge, I'm telling you, as soon as we start it, another civilization will finish it. So if we could build it in like 4 turns, sure. Being that it's going to take 13, there's no way we're going to get it done before they do. So let's actually build a trader right now. And we'll send it up to Granada. Maybe it'll make them a little happier, not care about us going across their borders. But yeah, see right now we can't go that way. The only way we can go is go around. And it's showing us that we'd have to go... Yeah, we'll send them here. I think that's the end of that, but for some reason if that somehow peninsula's around, then that'd be cool. So he's going to shoot him. Now usually you want to promote your guys right away, but because he's going to be fighting right away, it'll allow him to heal after he gets attacked here. So I'm going to kind of save that promotion to heal him. And let's see, this builder, we'll send him there and make a mine anyway, just because we have the use. And this guy's just going to park right now. He's going to sleep until we have a use for him. Actually, I saw a use for him. Okay, now we're going to make this improvement. He's going to attack again. We're going to be hurt really bad. We probably should run, but next turn, oops, forgot. So we can send him there. Next turn. And there they go, attacking us. And attacking us again. Now Granada could come help us out maybe. We'll see. Or we could finish him off and then kind of run away. We still do have the bonus against barbarians. The only problem is if that spearman comes back, he's going to come in after we're just about dead and finish the job. So we're going to move this guy to here. We got 2 more turns for our archer. And here we are with the barbarian encampment. So we're going to clear this out with him and hope that more didn't come this way to get in our way of our settler. And we're going to promote him. That's going to heal him up. And so he'll attack again and just either die or get closer to dying. So we're going to attack him back and probably kill him. Looks like it kind of gives you a preview of the combat if you saw that. So yeah, we killed him off, which is good. But now we gotta get him out of here or heal him up very quickly before that spearman comes back down. But I think he's engaging the city-state right now. There they go, either suicided or almost suicided. Yep. So we'll finish him off and then go clear out that encampment below here. Re-engage this camp. And hopefully when we kill them, it'll give us a boost, or give us a builder, which would be nice. But I don't know what percentage chance it is. I don't think it tells you either. So we're going to skip turn here because we need to promote him to an archer. So now we can send a city or a trade route. A lot of times their quest will be requesting a trade route. Okay, he's not requesting it, and this is the one that has us blocked off right now. So we're going to send it to Granada, hoping that that might help him to like us better and open his borders. And as you see up here, here come those spearmen. So we're going to try to run for it. If we can. And we'll just build a mine here just because it's like the only thing we can do right now. finish off this warrior. And like I said, it's so tempting to make that, especially if we want to go religion. That's a really good thing to start off with, but I don't trust that we'll be able to make it in time. So our border's pretty full. We're gonna go for the hanging gardens down here. It's one I do like to get, and hopefully the computer does not beat me to it. And next turn we can upgrade him and send him off with the settler to make sure he's got protected passage. And him, we're not going to build that there, obviously, so we're going to send him that way also. Next turn. And we'll start kind of plotting out our next cities. Like this might be a good spot. It's near the river. 2 rivers, actually. It does not cover sailing, but we already got the promotion thing towards sailing. And the next city... Actually, the next city might not be sailing either. We still need to expand our borders to the coast. Yeah, and they took us out. We kind of knew it was going to happen. We'd show up as soon as we were almost dead. But that's alright. And that's why when you send them out by themselves, it's kind of a really big risk, because they are very squishy. If you don't know what squishy means, it's like a term for someone that can die very easily in like MMORPG games, like a wizard or something like that, a rogue, stuff like that. They can do usually good damage, but they get killed very easily. So there we go. We got a boost to military tradition. We're finishing that up, and we're going to promote him to an archer. And we're going to lock these guys together and send them up there. And this builder, we're going to send that way also. We'll probably keep him around here for that expansion as we expand the borders. And to check that, if you didn't watch the last video, I'll show you in a second. Now him I should send back, but we're probably close to clearing out this camp, so I'll kind of scout it a little more. But again, it could be a spearman and a horseman, so I'll probably kill this guy, then run away. Well, I should probably run back now, because he could get overwhelmed if it is horsemen or something that he can't run from. He'll have no chance to, no choice but to fight to the death, and he will die. So now we got a new quest here. Or no, we completed the one. We got an envoy. Eagle Warrior is up for promotion, but he'll have to do that next turn. He already used his turn. So now we'll do sailing. Well, actually, we could do sailing, but the settler's not even going to be close to there for a while. I'm going to do bronze working because we got the boost to that skill, and that'll show us if there's iron. And iron's really good to have early on. So if there's like a source of iron, maybe over here, that's outside where we plan to make our city, we'll move the city over a little closer, or even make it really far, make another city up here. So I like to get that exposed pretty early so I can find out where I need to make my next cities, plot out my expansion path. And move on to the next turn. And hopefully this is running good and the video's looking good, not lagging, sound okay. Because this is the way I prefer to make the videos, so I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And there must be another encampment up here, because he was from this encampment. So either way, we got to kill him and clear out to explore what's here. Could be a nice, another luxury resource there. So we're going to hit his promotion first, because I don't think they can get experience when they're waiting for promotion. And this is one I usually do for my warriors, swordsmen, those kind of guys, because eventually they're going to be the ones that are taking out or capturing cities, and cities usually have walls, ancient walls, medieval walls, things like that that'll attack them. They'll have an archer maybe inside, or a crossbowman. So I try to get them boosted up there pretty good. So actually he can't go anywhere, so I'm just going to make him automatically explore. He'll just go where I haven't gone yet. Maybe he'll go down there and by my slinger who needs to run back. I'm just going to put him on sleep mode for now until I get a border. Oh, that's what I was going to explain to you. If you're not sure, like say you want to buy this tile or you want to buy this tile, best thing to do, click here, this is where you purchase them. But this will show you where your next border is going to expand, which is nice. So if you can waste 30 gold now, or you can wait 3 turns. So in 3 turns, these trees will be here. I can chop them down. That's going to give a boost towards my hanging gardens. So that's how you check to see where your expansion is going. Now him, I might as well send him back, because he's probably just going to die if I keep pushing it. But I am kind of aggressive. Send him back. I already lost 1 slinger up north, so our military is already depleted a little bit. I can, of course, buy more, make more, but if I don't need to, why do it? So now we got this builder here, and we're going to send him towards the next spot. And on to the next turn. So these 2 city-states kind of screw me up here because I can't walk through their territory to go explore. And right now in the early game, it's really hard to make them ally until you get more envoys, and you don't come across those too often. And this scout, for some reason, is really stupid attacking my Eagle Warrior, but it helps me because now when I kill him, maybe it'll give me a builder who will also help me grow my city faster. And we're going to kill him now and hope for a builder. Nope, we did not get one. But either way, we're going to have to send him to at least here. I don't know if we're going to make a city here. Right now I have it planned to go up here so we can get... I'll figure out the best path to get all these luxury resources and bonus resources into my borders. But it depends on what we discover here, or what we clear out here. So you're just going to keep following them. And on to the next turn. But you just see the trader we made, he's making a road from our city to the city-state that we're trading with. So eventually, after that route runs out, like in 20 turns or whatever it is, we'll send it up towards this new city to make roads to there, to get troops back and forth faster, builders and such back and forth quicker. My tea with honey and creamer, and there you go, there's some iron. So we've completed that, and it shows us 1 source of iron here that we should be able to expand our borders to get, so we don't need to build a city right up to that. And right here, another source, 1, 2, 3. We can also get this within our borders, so we'll kind of cautiously watch to make sure if their border expands to here, then we quickly need to buy these spots. Same thing with them. If their border expands to here, we'll quickly want to buy that before it gets swallowed up with their borders. And it doesn't look like down here that we've exposed so far, at least, that there's iron down there. So we got 2 sources of iron that'll be in our capital, which is good. So we'll do sailing now to finish up that one. And let's see who needs something done. We're going to send him that way to explore here. And that's the end of that. So now but of course we exposed 2 more things of crabs, which is good. So... see, 5. Can you go to the water? No? Oh yeah, they can't go to the water. So we'll keep going around there. And now we'll kind of try to plan out here real quick the best spot. So if we build him here, that's 1, 2, 3. We can get those whales. 1, 2, 3. We can get to that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. We can't get to those crabs. If we're here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can't get to that pasture though, can we? 1, 2, 3. No. Okay, so eventually we'll probably build another city like around here. So I think the best spot for him right now would be right on that salt. And that'll allow us to get like most of these resources around there. And him, we're just going to send him towards probably one of the first things we're going to be inside our borders to improve. So on to the next turn. And now we got 185 gold, which is pretty good. We can buy something good for our city, or we can start improving our capital, or buy some territory if the need comes up. So for him, we're just going to have him heal up at the moment. And then we'll probably send him... Well, we can't go across the water yet, and we can't go through their borders, so they'll have to deal with their own barbarian problem. So the next research we're going to do, this one takes the least time, and it's already been boosted as much as it can. Masonry. Now I'll show you this here too. I've explained it in the other video, of course, but in case you didn't see it, here's a way you can check on your progress towards your different victory conditions. That tells you where you rank in science, in culture, domination, religious, and then it also, if you click on these tabs, it shows you how to win them. You know, with science, it explains you have to launch a satellite, land a moon, or land a human on the moon, and establish a Martian colony. And it tells you who's done what so far. Culture, it also explains to you how you have domestic tourists and visiting tourists, stuff like that, how you get those, who's leading in that currently. Domination explains to you you have to have the capital of each city or each civilization under your control to win that. And it also explains to you who's got currently which capitals in their possession. Religion also explains to you, and it doesn't have it here now because none have been started, but it'll show you who's got what religion, who's got the most civs converted to it so far. But you know, check here now and then. Early in the game, it's gonna fluctuate a lot. Like right now, I'm the worst military, but eventually I'll probably be one of the better ones because that's how you keep them from, of course, attacking you. And just monitor it, and like if one of them is really close to a certain victory, maybe you have to go attack them to knock them down to size. With culture, that works really well. You just start capturing their cities, and they lose a lot of their culture output because it's now your culture output. Religion, you eventually get, you're able to declare holy wars and such, but I think you can only do that if you have a religion yourself. If you don't have a religion, I don't think it's an option for you. So. Did it just say next turn? Okay, we'll do it again. I think everybody's moving or healing, that's why there's nothing to do. So this spot, if we remember correctly, should be expanded shortly, and then we can harvest those trees, which will boost this up a little. So we're just waiting on the computer, all the other civilizations to take their turns, the city-states, the barbarians. So it's a little bit of wait between turns. And now he's healed, so we could send him. But the problem is, again, we can't go across his territory because they're not friendly with him. Why can't he go across there? Oh, it's telling me he can't go there now because this guy's in the way. All right, so we're going to move them to the salt. This builder, we'll just send him over here. And let's see, the next one we're going to do, we haven't met a civ yet. We don't own 2 galleys. We have mined a resource, so we'll do wheel. I believe we mined a resource, didn't we, stone? And we're going to check down here. Okay, how many more turns for that? Oh, it switched. That's odd. Remember how it said like this one went 4 more turns and it switched on us? Strange. I think it's because, oh, that's why. It's probably because we didn't know the iron was there, and the game knows that's very important, so it switched over to there. So we kind of got this guy sitting here for nothing right now. So let's do this. Escape. Let's grab this guy and just send him over here, make a camp there. So it's something that helps us grow. And then we'll move on to the next turn. Well, let's check the price here. I don't think we have enough, but let's see what a settler costs. Yeah, 220. So actually next turn we could buy a settler and start sending them down. Maybe that's what we'll do. Although, yeah, we have 2 guys here. Maybe we'll do that. We'll make our next city down in this area. We'll figure out how far the borders are going to expand here and where we should set up the next city. And there you go. I can almost guarantee you what this, on the little bottom left here, I'm not going to hover. There it is, yep. Oh, hanging gardens. Oh, they screwed me over. And here I could have probably tried to make Stonehenge. Computer cheats if you don't know that. If I would have made Stonehenge, it would have been Stonehenge. I made this one, that's what they picked. Anyways. But yeah, usually early game I don't really worry about that unless I'm like playing China where you can actually boost it. Or if there's a lot of trees I could cut down to improve that, which I could have if they didn't switch my borders. So see, the AI expanding the borders toward the iron actually screwed me over there. If they didn't do that and it was actually the trees, I would have cut the trees down. I would have already made that wonder. But, oh well. Small detail, small problem. So, all right, we're going to send this guy back around here in case we get our borders expanded to them. Then we can send him over there to clear out that encampment. We're going to move him here because this is probably going to be in the borders. If not, we'll come up and cut these trees down. In fact, it's probably not going to be, so let's move him that way already. Screw me over. And now, of course, if I make this, this will be made right away. So I'm not even going to bother with those. We're going to make a granary, work on expanding our city, because that was a really big blow to our civilization. That wasted all those turns. We could have made a lot of other stuff, settlers, things like that, but we lost it. So, build any specialty district we have not done. We'll do mysticism. And we're going to change this back to the one that gives us faith, because we should be able to get a pantheon soon, and then we can get a boost to the current technology we're researching. Yeah, so the AI in the game just kind of screwed us over by switching to that iron instead of allowing us to harvest our trees to boost our hanging gardens. So whenever I find out who made the hanging gardens in the game, when I run across their civilization, of course I'll have to kill them and take that back, just because of what they did to me. At some point in the game. I don't get mad, I get even. Actually, more than even. But yeah, I mean, Stonehenge is always the first one done. And that's why I didn't even attempt it. So I attempted the hanging gardens, and guess what? They screwed me over and they made the hanging gardens instead. I hate the computer. Well, here's our next city. Let's see where the borders expand to, and then we'll plot where this... Yeah, I figured it wouldn't let us. So we'll send this builder over here to farm these trees and these trees, and that'll give us a nice little bonus to our growth. Now this archer, we really don't need him here, but he can't really explore much more. By the time we send him down this way, you can see it's really, really far away. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. He's still coming back to get promoted. He's going down to explore, which is going to be stupid because he's going to get killed. But that's how the computer is. So we're just going to park him here, actually. That way he'll monitor if a encampment comes up here where we're planning to make our next city. We'll choose our next production. And up here, let's make another builder. No, because there's really nothing to... Not sure here. Let's build something else instead that we haven't made. I would do Holy Site, but I really don't know if I want to go towards religion yet. It's a good spot for it, though. With the wonder here, it's a really good spot for it. And it's next to a mountain. Certain things give you bonuses towards districts, like holy districts, campuses. Next to a mountain, both are benefited by that. And because this wonder's here, it's going to improve that. So that's like a really good spot for a temple, or a holy site, I mean. And of course, when the worker gets there, he's going to cut these down, which is also going to help speed that up. So I guess we'll probably maybe go for a religious victory with Montezuma, the Aztecs. And this Eagle Warrior, we're going to, like I said, send him back this way for when we can go across the water to go clear that out. Hanging Gardens. I'm going to kill whoever that was. But Stonehenge will probably pop up in the next 5 turns anyway, so if I would have switched to that, I'd still be disappointed and even more angry at the computer for cheating me. Yeah, we got a nice amount of money saved up here too. So maybe we will buy a builder and start sending him down, because it's going to be a while until we can switch over to that. Let's check. Unless we already have it and I just missed it. We may already have that. Yeah, he's going to build a mine here. And there we go. Attack him. And who needs orders? He does. Send him that way. Yeah, sure, go there. It won't let him because he's in the way, so I have to move him a couple spots. He can't figure out that he's eventually going to move this way. So the computer, for being as smart as it is, sometimes is really stupid. You see the northern lights here? Actually, that's not us. I don't think that is us anything, but it's just graphical. They should actually have the northern lights be a wonder. Did you build a city around or so? And sometime they're in the south also. It's not just the northern lights. But after this turn finishes, we'll probably save there. So here we better move him out of the way first, or the computer won't be able to figure out that he won't be there by the time that archer gets there to come this way. Actually, we'll send him here, because we haven't explored this, although I'm sure it's over. So 26 turns down to 32. How did it go up? That's either an error or I don't know. You see that too, right? I'm not. Okay, just making sure. Unless the trees have something to do with it being more holy, or I don't know. And no, we're not doing Stonehenge because they're going to cheat us again. So screw them. We'll get a settler going again. We're not going to waste the money on that because we saved a long time to get that money. We'll use it for a builder or something else. Monument, anything. Let's get our other moves in, then we'll save the game. Yes, we're chasing him for I don't know why. And we're going to stop it there. We're going to save the game. And I'll check it out and see how it works, see if it looks good, if it sounds good, if it's not lagging. And if it looks good, we'll continue making games here on the treadmill, because this is the way I need to do it. And you see the Montezuma Part 1, that was the other game that I tried before. So we'll save the same name. Part 1. Yes, we want to save over it. And that's going to be it. So I'll turn the game, and you guys will see me in the next video. If you like it, like, subscribe. If you have any ideas for future Civ 6 videos that you like, or other videos on my channel, feel free to tell me. I'm trying to put out more content to keep you guys entertained. So you'll see me in the next video.